So, I mean, in life, we all figure out that at some point man has to meet the monster. And on this particular day, I met the monster, and the man prevailed. So back in 2019, I went to the boxing gym like any other day. Coach told me run my mile and a half, go there, go back. Nothing too serious. But once I got back to the gym, he looks at me and he says, "Hey, put your gear on. Danny's coming." And I knew what that meant because Danny was one of Coach's fighters, and he was probably Coach's best fighter. He had 2 to 3 amateur medals, a bachelor's in, I think it was physical exercise, and the guy was every bit 225 to 240 pounds of nothing but muscle. And Coach told me that I had to spar him. So naturally I knew what that meant, so I had to get mentally ready. So I get ready, I put my gear on, same as always, and then Danny shows up. And so not too long before it, I got to get in there because Coach is hurrying me up. And so I get in the ring, and then Danny, and then it's just an instant, it's a survival session from that point on. Once the bell rings, I'm not even fighting, I'm surviving because he's hitting me, it hurts, it's hard, everything's thundering, I'm blocking, I'm parrying, and I'm keeping my distance, sure, and I'm not getting knocked out, but I'm slowly realizing that this is just not fun. Not for me anyway. And so round 1 ends, and then Coach, I walk back to my corner, and Coach tells me that I have to fight him. I cannot just keep running. And so I go out there, bell rings again and that 3-minute mark. I go out there for the 3 minutes, and then he's doing it again. I'm being backed up, which I'm not used to because I'm always the bigger guy. I'm 200 and what? 10. At that time, I'm about 210, 200 pounds. And it's, I'm in there, I'm getting backed up, and then all of a sudden, I had enough. Like, it was almost like the switch flipped, and then all the gods of war in history ignited my fist for that one singular moment. And I knew that deep inside, that this man had awakened some power within me that was perhaps ancient, or perhaps it was just something I was born with. But one thing I started to notice was his movement started to slow down. And every time he threw, in particular, when he would throw that right hook, because that was his favorite punch, he left his rib open. He'd lean in and he'd leave his rib drastically open. And so I said, okay, next time he throws that punch, I'm gonna tag that body. And so he goes in, he leans in, I throw the punch, and I hit him square on the rib. And then he stops. And I'm like, at this point, okay, he's hurt. So I'm like, now he's hurt. Now we're getting somewhere. So then I start staying in the pocket with him, and I throw a left hook, right hook combination to the body. And so from that point on, I'm actually fighting back. I'm getting good. I'm throwing jabs. I'm landing my right hands. My punches are starting to land. And yeah, he's still landing his, but my head movement's looking a lot better because I'm not afraid of him anymore. And so from that moment on, I realized that I was nothing but I was a man met with a storm who would be unyielding and unmoved by absolutely anything. And that attitude has been how I tackle every single thing in life from this point. I'll beat it up, and if it can't be hit hard enough, you're just not hitting hard enough. And so from that day on, that sparring session let me know that there was a god of war that lay dormant inside of me, sleeping until the moment I needed to awaken.